and welcome into this intuitive reading and channeled message. Now, I wasn't expecting to do this reading. I'm still recovering from a cold, so my January has very much been about healing, and I'm sure that you can hear it in my voice. Mid-January, I had quite the big fever and a lot of burning and purging away, deep healing process. And then before I fully got on my feet, back to my normal self, or my new normal self, the children. Oh, children, right? So passed around a cold, and so once again, the need for me to be very still and quiet. I was supposed to be camping in Death Valley this week, and that didn't happen because we were all sick. And then, of course, you know, just the beautiful timing of the universe as we had our first rainstorm after the fires here in Los Angeles. And the freeway that we would have to take to get to where we're going, it was closed due to snow. So obviously I am very much meant to be here, to be in these particular energies where I can receive them, as opposed to being deep in nature and just in tune with Earth Mother. Instead, I am here in the big city of Los Angeles with all of the very big disruptive changes that are coming through that started on January 20th with Donald Trump's inauguration as the US president. So this reading is going to be about when do you stand, when do you take a stand and take action, and when do you stay in that heart-centered space, that place of peace within yourself, and focusing on what it is that you are here to do and to bring creation forward, that new energy, that new seed that you are here to plant, to bring in those changes. So I was in that energy last night and asking that for myself, and as I did and I pulled some cards, I was like, oh wow, this message is not just meant for me. And I have been guided, nudged very profoundly to come on and to share this with you, and to pull some other cards to go even deeper into what this means. So that is how this reading came about. For myself, I'm obviously still not feeling well, so my energy is in a very quiet hibernation space, which is it should be. Mars is retrograde, which is our energy and our life force and our go-get-'em momentum, and it's retrograde in Cancer. So there is this time of being an extreme hermit, and we just had our Cancer full moon. Like, this is not big, bright, shining Leo time, okay? And yet, there is so much anxiety and so much fear in the collective field right now. And so I've even been just like sitting with this, like, what should I do? I'm not interested in going back into the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, you know? And yet I also understand that my energy needs to be very specific, to go in a specific direction. So it is this kind of like being in one world, this current world, and then at the same time being in that liminal space of this other world that we are creating. It is here and it's not here yet. It's like this tremendous in-between energy, which is 2025. Now, I am still going to come back and do an energy astrology update video on 2025, but I just haven't been well enough to really deeply tune into what that is and what that means. So I've just, I've been going with the flow. And let me know if that's been your similar experience, where you think you're going one way and then you're like, oh, well, there's the brakes. I got to stop here. I got to make a left turn, or I got to go right. So I'd be very interested in hearing what your experience is. So that is the foundation of this reading. And if you are new here, my name is Christy Whistler. I am an evolutionary astrologer. I'm a quantum energy practitioner. I'm an intuitive and a channel, but honestly, more important than anything is I am the mother of two very unique neuro-sparkly children, and they have been my greatest teachers in showing me who I truly am, and all those areas that I do not want to look at and to grow into. And please like this video. If you find this very helpful and supportive, it really does help me to connect and to bridge to other people who this might be helpful and supportive for, especially at this particular time. So I'm being reminded from Spirit I need to go get a notebook. Excuse me, my notebook. I ended up doing some automatic channeled messages coming through after I tuned into the Earth Keeper energy. So I'm going to pause this and be right back and get that. Okay, so I am back. I would have loved to do this reading for you outside at the ocean, but that's not happening because, again, I just have to make it as simple and easy for myself to do this. Otherwise, it's not going to get done. And we've got a bunch of tree trimming going on outside, so it's very loud. So this is where we're doing things. All right, so I just really want to thank you and each of you for being here and for tuning into this message. And I first want to just say, oh goodness, what to say. Since January 20th, there has been a lot of change that's coming through very abruptly with the United States. I'm hearing that this isn't just about the United States, but just know that this is sort of the that fractal experience. So if you are in another country and you're having experience of oppression, the distorted patriarchy trying to come in and take control, that last grasp of holding on to that control, and again in that very distorted way, this message is also for you, but just like change the names of the players. This is an energy that is playing out all across our world, and it is necessary. There is this necessary needing to see everything in our society and our cultures, our religions, even these institutions, okay, societal institutions that are corrupt and distorted. And so there's this need to like overinflate, to expose the real truths that we do not want to see, that we just want to keep shoving under that rug. Okay, so again, there is this warmth of what this is. Now, for those of you, there's so many out there where this is actually a threat to their lives, and they are in deep survival mode. As you can tell, I'm really starting to feel emotions coming through. I'm trying not to go too deep in tapping into that because, again, I'm still not well enough to go that far. But I just want to acknowledge those people who that is that experience, especially with the raids and those who are undocumented here, and that great fear and the ripping away of families, especially people who've lived here their whole lives. So that might be you, that might be someone that you know, and I just want to say, like, to use discernment, please. Again, I don't want to traumatize you. I'm not trying to, but I'm going to be speaking from this higher perspective of the energies and not the deep, intimate experience that you might be having. So I don't want to discount your experience at all, and I want to see and acknowledge you. And if you are in that space of survival, you may not be able to watch this right now, and to please come back later when you can. So I just wanted to speak to that first. So again, the reason this message was coming forward is I'm seeing a lot on social media right now, and feeling it in that collective energy field. So much fear, and there is this uncertainty. There is this desire to resist, to rebel, to take a stand. And then there's also this questioning of, well, what do I do? And what can I do? And for myself, the question is, well, where is it best for my energy to go? What is the best place for me to focus on, to put my energy towards? Because there is that, again, we're in this 3D world still, a physical body having a physical experience. So we pay taxes, we have to eat, we have to sleep, we need a roof over our heads, right? That's all true. And yet, it is also true that where we focus our energy is what we create more of. So there is this really delicate balance in energy. And that's what I was really tuning in and asking when I pulled from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. Let me just see if there's something else I want to add to that before I start showing you the cards that I pulled. It feels pretty good. So I pulled a bunch of cards, and then I flipped them over and I looked at them. So the first card to come forward was Wise One, was the Grandmothers. And this card is grow within your current situation. So just so you know, the grandmothers are here, their energy. If you would like to work more with the grandmothers, the Great Council of Grandmothers and the Net of Light, please connect with Sharon Mackerlane's work at netoflight.org. And oh my goodness, there are so many powerful teachings to support me, to support you during these times of change. How to anchor into love, how to hold in an energy of peace and compassion within yourself, even as everything outward in the world is doing what it needs to do. We have been living in this distorted Capricorn patriarchy energy for thousands of years, where the feminine energy, that yin, the divine feminine that is within each of us, has been oppressed and repressed. And there is this need, this resurgence rising up for us, each of us, to reclaim that power and that feminine beauty that is ours. So, sorry. So the grandmothers are coming, and they are also asking us, yes, you see what is taking place right now. And yet, can you also rise above it? Can you see this higher understanding, this divine purpose for why this is happening? And again, it's this very curious, beautiful card to come through when I ask that question. What should I do with everything that is going on in the world? And again, my energy, I'm still sick. I can't do a whole lot right now, but what should I do? And the wise women, the grandmothers, are asking us, how can you grow within this situation, within what is happening? What is it for you to do? So I'm going to read a little bit from this card, from the book. I'm being asked to do that. There's this reminder, again, the grandmother, the crone. She has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. The raven in her hands represents a capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. And so I'm hearing, just know that yes, this is a dark time that we are living. There is also this powerful opportunity to be reborn again and again. You will grow through this. Each of us, our countries, will grow. And can you hold to that higher perspective and knowing, even as there's so much coming through, this destruction and the pain that many are feeling? There's that witnessing and acknowledging of that, and yet, can you see beyond it? The grandmother helps you to tap into wisdom, to overcome whatever life throws at you this time. Wisdom being the information stored in your soul rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. And that means tapping into that deep soul wisdom that you have, that each of us have, that we came in with, and pulling that forward to help anchor you into what is happening. You are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. So that focus is, even though there's all this happening, keep the focus on you. How can you grow? How can you transform? How can you see these energies that are happening and meet it? Or how can you look within yourself and ask, where is this in me? Have I acted in this way in my life? Do I have unconscious beliefs that I deserve these things to happen to me? That is what's being asked of each of us. And again, I had asked, where do I focus my energy? Where should you focus your energy? And here are the grandmothers. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability. I'm just laughing because that's very much how I personally feel about this whole situation the United States is going through, as it should with our Pluto return. We are being asked, are you truly for the people, by the people? That declaration that was signed and promised, is this who you truly are? A crisis of consciousness. So of course this is going to be happening. So again, experiencing unreliability. But that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you are working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. That was the first card. So then I flipped over the second. And we have Elder. Move beyond your ancestral patterns. So what we are seeing taking place right now is this pattern of our ancestors, of ourselves, because we've been in this system, we've been in the distorted patriarchy, the distorted Capricorn for many, many lifetimes. We have been the one who has both been victim and perpetrator. So it is this breaking of that cycle that we are in through this necessary reliving, so we can see where that is sitting within ourselves, in our own unconscious. It's so like we can't see it. It's the water we are swimming in, and we can't see it because we've always been swimming in this water. We don't know anything differently. And this is very much speaking to the south node of Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. The planetary south node is all in Capricorn. We are seeing this distortion taking place, and there is an invitation to move into that yin energy, that deep divine feminine of Cancer that the grandmothers and their teachings are bringing through. So again, here is this opportunity. How can you move beyond the ancestral patterns that you hold? And how can you hold space and witness the whole country, or your country, your government, going through it as well? So, the next card, we have Snake. This is about shedding old skin. So, I am filming this on January 28th, and gosh, what time is it? In over 14 hours from now, we are going to have our Aquarius new moon. That is taking place at the Lunar New Year, which is the year of the wood snake. When I saw this is when I knew, oh shit, this message isn't just for me. So even though I'm sick, I need to bring this through for you, for those of you who are really, really feeling it at this time. We are shedding these old stories right now. And there's that, again, that need for this energy to come up, to be seen, so we can move past them, we can let them go. I recently just finished watching a video from Amanda Ellis about 2025, and she brought up the skin, like dry skin issues coming up, and it's like you need to, like, again, that snake energy, that need to shed, to let go of that past heavy energy, these past ancestral patterns that they're playing out because they need to, which is that opportunity of growth and coming into this deep transformation. Okay, I'm being reminded as well. Okay, it is, oh gosh, what was it? It came through last night, and it has to do with perspectives and the perception that you may have, especially unconsciously. And I'm speaking very specifically about the snake, how our culture, many cultures, views snakes as evil and as bad, something to be afraid of. And we have lost that greater truth, that higher truth of the medicine of snake. And again, like, this has been a very religious conditioning for many of us. Again, over lifetimes, this Aquarius new moon is taking place on the south node of Neptune, which again has a lot of that religious distortions and that connection to God, to source. So this is also why that energy of the different perspectives are coming through for you. And can you see them? Can you hold space for them? Where it's, again, as I was saying earlier, there is this truth that is taking place on the world stage, and for some people their lives are completely changing, and they might be ripped from the only home they've ever known because they were not documented for whatever reason. So, and that's just an example. So there is this truth, and that at the same time there is, again, that higher truth that we're moving through these very old patterns. And so it's like there's both. There is this person, this president, who is saying things that are not heart-centered, are not in alignment with love and compassion and true caring for everyone. And again, I'm not saying that there's not some truth in what has been said. And, you know, like, there's a little, it's both. This is the duality of nature. And can we see, well, I really don't agree with you on this, but this aspect over here, yeah, no, I can see where you're coming from. It's about being able to see from this more objective Aquarian viewpoint. And can we bring that together? And can you see? Doesn't mean you agree with, okay? But it's about seeing the different perspectives and seeing that, again, we're not just working on a 3D layer here, where there's only one single experience, that each of us are having many different experiences, and they're each true for us. And then there's that higher story, this divine plan that is taking place, that is being timed for this exact moment. I was even watching Ernst Wilhelm, who's a Vedic astrologer, was looking at the inauguration chart from his lens and perspective. And, you know, the inauguration is set this day, this time, and it's been doing that since, I think, 1930 something. So the chart, the astrology chart of the inauguration, is set in stone. And who are the players that can come in and fit those roles? So again, we can see. So we can see those patterns and grow through that situation and circumstance. So I hope that it's quite, again, multidimensional. We're not speaking on just one experience or one plane here. We're dancing and moving through many. And it's about that perspective. Can you see more than just this one? Can you see the many layers and levels taking place? And as you do, this is the card on the bottom of the deck. And it's so beautiful. It's the broken arrow card. It's asking us to embrace the energy of peace. So, some of you may be called to act, to take a stand, whatever that stand might be. It might be for, it might be against. Again, we're all having very different experiences, and I'm not here to judge you at all on yours. Whatever it is that you feel that stand to take, can you also do it from a place of inner peace and inner love? It's not about agreement. You don't have to agree with what others are saying and what they're doing. There is an acceptance. Okay, this is what's happening in the world right now. I see that. I accept that this is happening. I don't agree with it. And then yet, can you still be in that place of inner peace and love and understanding? And some of you may not be there yet. That's okay too. We're all on our journeys at different points, and our souls are here and meant to have very unique experiences. But can you, even a little bit, see, okay, that person is playing this particular role, this need for society, for this country, so we can grow, so we can evolve, right? They're playing that part. It is a role. And seeing that, again, with a higher perspective can really help ground you into peace. No matter what you feel called to do, to hold that peace within yourself. Okay, I'm going to read the message that I brought through this morning. This is when I was working with the money key rights and specifically the earth keeper right energy. Hold peace within yourself. Anchor into love, into faith, especially when it feels as if all is crumbling around you. Hold peace. Hold love within. You have no idea how powerful such a small, insignificant action actually is. How deep and far this energy, those ripples, go. Do not dismiss the power that you hold, and one that grows exponentially when you hold peace, beauty, love within yourself. That is your power. And I looked at the bottom of the deck again. No, this one was the top deck, so this is the bottom. And I was like, let me see what's on the top of this deck. We have the Traveler. This card is about moving in a new direction. So, which honestly very much ties in with Mars being retrograde. We don't really know which direction we're taking here. This is a time of misdirections and recalculations. Where is our energy going to be going? So just know that everything that is happening right now in the world, it is helping us to move into a new direction. And guess what? We need to, because we need to break that pattern. So there is going to be new opportunities, new doors that are opening on the other side. And that's especially if you can work with these energies that these cards have beautifully brought through on this eve of the Aquarius new moon, Lunar New Year. Like, wow. Very, very, very powerful message. It's going to help you move in that new direction. Where are we all going? Where are you going? All right, clearing that energy. Okay, so I'm going to try and make this a little bit quick. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to do some additional cards right now, and let's see what other messages are going to want to come through to support all of us during this time of great change and great hardship. Necessary, sadly, and yet it is what it is. We need to move through this. All right, Spirit. So I'm sharing as well that I'm working with the energy of fire to help transmute any of this heavy energy and density. So please work with the fire as you see fit. Work with our central sun to help burn away what is ready. Ooh, that one flew out, ready to go. All right. What else, Spirit? What are we needing to know? Oh yeah, there's a lot here. What else? Okay. So we have Venus with beloved, Vesta, Hearth. So already out here we have two feminine energies. We have Virgo with digest, and the last card was Pisces, sensitize. Well, looking at these cards, we just had our Venus was conjunct Saturn. The exact date, we just had that. The 18th. So January 18th, the exact conjunction between Venus and Saturn. And that, again, was active at the inauguration of Donald Trump. So, in Pisces. There's this opportunity for a new cycle that is starting. And I'm feeling like there's two energies that are coming through with this message. One has to do with Donald Trump and his cabinet, and there is that oppression of Saturn. Okay, and Saturn again is Capricorn, so very much represents the president and our government system. It is what it is. This oppression of Venus and everything that she holds, which is that feminine energy. This has to do with our values. What do we truly value? This is our ability to listen and to receive with other people, and being in that balance, that give and take, diplomacy. And so, yeah, there's a real challenge. There's a challenge to her that's happening. And there's also this opportunity. So going deeper into the message, walking away from the political one, there is this new opportunity to create new structures. New relationships, new expectations around what relationship and what being in relationship with people is, as well as true values. Again, this is where I'm feeling the grandmother's coming back in with this, and this card is the one that just flew out, and it was on the grandmothers. The missing feminine, like we've been missing that feminine energy this whole time, that distorted ancestral pattern of Capricorn, and we need to come back to her. And there's this beautiful opportunity with Pisces to flow into this. And it may not be easy. But again, Venus is also connected with the heart. She has that ability to listen. So there's this need to connect into the feminine, to listen as well at that deeper than ourselves, listening to the divine dance of life, listening into source, to God, to the whole of the universe. There's something very, very beautiful that that is coming through this journey. Again, we're moving in this new direction, so I just wanted to really share that. Vesta is the hearth. This is home. So again, it's a new direction, new contemplations. We're leaving the old ancestral patterns behind of all that matters is you going to work and earning a paycheck. Nothing else matters. Your emotions, your home, your family life. Nope. Just throw that shit out, right? We're leaving that behind. So here's this opportunity, this invitation to ask, what do you want with that? It's really interesting is my initial message is how to move with these energies. What do you do? What should I do? Everything that's taking place. And now it's, once again, it's going back to this inner place. It's like almost leaving that greater story behind and coming back within, coming back into this deep divine connection with God and source, and taking the time as well to care for you, to digest everything that is happening. There's so much information, right? There's a flood. You can very much feel in overwhelm right now. So where do you need your boundary to be? Virgo has also to do with boundaries. And I'm going to point this out is we have Pisces and then we have the opposite. Okay, this is Neptune. Here's Virgo. Virgo, Mercury, they're opposite. So there is absolutely right now a need for you to figure out, what are your boundaries? Where are you going to put your energy at this time? Are you going to be flooded with everything that's happening and just overwhelming your system and soaking it all up? Or are you going to say, you know what, that's enough for me. I've got work over here to do. I have these things to create, to bring about new change in this world, and I'm not playing that game. I'm not going to have my drama and my energy go in that direction. I'm going to make a new one. I'm hearing choose door number 3. So what is your door number 3 going to be? Okay, let me see here. Yeah, let's pull some more cards and see where else this goes. Oh, I'm being reminded as well, the north node of the moon is in Pisces. We just left Aries. We are now in Pisces. So this is a very, very big theme. That was really funny. It came very, very deep and there was like no sound whatsoever. So you might be feeling this clearing for yourself over this period, very, very deep within yourself. Okay, back to North Node and Pisces. Again, there's this reconnection back into source, back into deep unconditional love, new sensitivities coming online. I'm also hearing about new honoring your creative artistic self, and that part of you is this divine connection that's coming to you from God, from source. And there is a need to really honor that, and that has not typically been honored by our society, by that Capricorn energy. They don't care about artists, they don't care about musicians, right? It's like, what can you contribute back to society and how much money can you earn? It's not being sensitive soul. So this is a time of sensitive souls to really, again, step into the power, right? That power that we hold within us. And I'm hearing you will be surprised at how far that power goes and reaches. It's much more than they've led you to believe. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. Okay, more light language coming through. Kayasa kayotoku. Beyosa yakaita yotoka esi yatasa yotoko. All right, what other messages, Spirit, would you like to add to this? What other guidance for us at this time, going through this all over the world? Let's do one more, please. I want to do 4. Okay. This might be a little longer than I was expecting. That's all right. Okay, so first card. All right, we have bumpy ride. Who's feeling like they are in for a bumpy ride? Again, this is the time that we are in. Don't be afraid to make a change. New direction, right? Make a change. Regardless of how hard you perceive it to be, it can be fun if you allow it and let go of the resistance to it. So yes, this is a bumpy time that we are in, and there is, again, is that acceptance and letting go of resisting what is. Okay, and then we have, look at this, financial freedom. Oh, that's beautiful. You may be feeling trapped in regards to the amount of money that is currently flowing in your life. And I'm also, again, being reminded this is the energy of Venus. Venus is money. It is exchange. So, okay, I'm also hearing there can be some possibility of financial bumpiness, especially at the greater world stage getting played out. But taking it back down to a personal level, there is this opportunity that as we let go of resistance to what's happening, how we are growing and changing through all that's happening, a shedding of beliefs that you are holding in your unconscious in regards to money and scarcity, I'm hearing as well. And as you make those changes, again, as you grow and you are shedding that snake skin, look at what is available to you. And I just think that's really beautiful. And I think some of you really needed to hear that. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, and then we have energy protection. Your belief that you are not safe may be inviting an energy that is throwing you off balance. So this, and this was right on top of the Virgo card for boundaries. So be very mindful of your energy and why and where in your body that you may not be feeling safe. And again, I felt that last night after, going on social media, and why I even pulled these cards, because I wasn't feeling safe. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what should I do? What can I do? Hold your boundaries and be very mindful of where this is coming from, this not feeling safe. And to know as well, again, that reminder that yes, there's stuff that's playing out. For some of us, it is true. You are not safe. And again, I want to honor you and acknowledge you. And yet others of us, this is kind of, again, this is very ancestral. These are beliefs, like we've lived lifetimes of not feeling safe. And it's like, wait, am I really in that reality anymore? Or has that part for me changed? So there's that deeper work and asking yourself, well, where are my boundaries going to be? Where am I going to put my energy into? Am I going to fall into this fear story? Or if I'm going to say, hell no, I'm picking door number 3 and you guys can go screw yourself. So you will know what is right for you, and you'll know what's right for you in every moment. And that moment's going to keep changing. So, all right. And then the last card is Heart of Compassion. It says, there are many people around you now who benefit from your loving, compassionate heart. So once again, this beautiful reminder about embodying peace. All right, clearing that energy. So whatever's happening, all that craziness, all that bumpiness, again, maybe you're really getting triggered with your own scarcity and financial beliefs right now, or maybe that is actually your lived experience and you've just lost your job because they went and said, oh, we just fired all these people because we didn't like you. Okay, so, okay, even if that is your truth and your experience, here's this promise. You know, don't give in to fear that there's something greater and better for you on the other side, whatever that is for you. But yes, if you are not feeling safe, okay, remember, bring it back into your heart. Anchor into love, anchor into peace. It is going to help so much to move through this difficult time. And again, when you're anchoring into your heart and into love, that is when you're going to get that better answer of where should your energy go? Where should your boundaries be? And when do you need to act? You know, where's that direction of acting going to be for you? But you have to tune into it from your heart. And that's where you're going to get your true answer. Not the mind, not mental, not fear. It has to come from deep within your soul, your heart, that says, this is the direction that I need to go. This is the stand that I must take. Ask that of your heart, and then listen. All right, I'm going to pull one more card, and I'm going to pull it from the Grandmother's deck. So let's ask the Grandmothers, Council of Grandmothers, that beautiful net of light that is holding us and all of Earth at this time, through these times of great change, great transformation. All right, Grandmothers, what final message do you have for us? Just to, to support everyone right now. Ooh, that one, okay. Riding the cosmic wave. Oh, how beautiful is that? And then look at the bottom of this deck. Just for a moment, joy. Okay, so 2 cards. So, all right, we're riding this wave, guys. We really are. Like, this is what our souls signed up for. This is what this moment in time has called us for, and to do and to be. You can be carried further by the cosmic wave than by your own efforts. Where you are going cannot be attained by effort. The effort, the discipline, prepares us for the leap. But after the leap, we are no longer sustained by our efforts, but by forces greater than us. The forces of love itself. You are stepping towards the edge, preparing to leap, and let the cosmic wave of love carry you forward. You shall be moved through grace into the new world awaiting you. There is a time to work hard and a time to allow the fruits of one's labor to manifest, when one may be carried by forces set in motion by the energy of life itself. you can let go and move further, reach further with less effort. Now is the time to give yourself permission to stop paddling and instead just ride the wave. Give in, let go, and be moved. So again, that reminder, don't have resistance to what is happening. It doesn't make it less sucky. It doesn't make it less hard, and for some, life-changing. Okay? We can acknowledge that and see that, and yet we can also ride the waves to be acceptance of what this energy is and what it is calling us into, and into who we are becoming. Once again, anchor into love right now. Hold that love within yourself. Okay, now let's finish up with a message about joy. And how beautiful is that? Here we are, this big reading, this heavy energies. What are we going to do? And the grandmothers are also reminding, yes, these things are happening. Yes, they can be really shitty right now. And can you still hold joy? Can you still play? I don't know about you. I'm not so good about playing. In fact, that was one of the messages that I got this morning of like, you need to play today. So after I'm done with this reading, and I start the process of integrating the message, into the video things, I'm gonna go play a board game with my kids. I'm gonna play. I'm making it a point in my notebook. I am making an appointment with myself to play and do something joyful. So that is one of my messages and resonance that I have for you, is to make an appointment to play. All right, now let's see what the grandmothers have to say. What we feel and express, what we choose at any given time, is our offering to the divine cosmic matrix. It germinates and is reflected back to us as manifestation in this material reality. Can you choose to gentle your heart, to let it be open to light and to life, even if just for a moment? Oh gosh, the grandmothers are so beautiful. I was basically about to say this, and then here it is in the book. If you are in the midst of darkness, of deep suffering, can you find, even for just a moment, the joy of existence underneath it? It is a wild ride, this life. Every time you open your arms in yes, the universe responds in kind. So, everything that's playing out, this darkness, this suffering, can you find within yourself even just that moment, that little sliver of joy for being alive? And can you hold that joy within your heart? In this moment, trust that there is joy waiting to be felt and found, no matter how hard that may be to believe right now. Let go of your attachment to the apparent problems at hand as much as you can, and you will be allowing yourself to let the divine take over and sort out what needs to happen here. Again, surrender to the divine, to the flow of life, to this greater plan that we said yes to, and go with the flow of each moment. There is help awaiting your invitation always. Why not let it in and let joy in too? You are being offered divine support to live a less guarded existence, to disassemble yourself a little or a lot, and let your true nature, which is joy, bubble to the surface without rhyme or reason other than just because it lives. I just want to give deep, deep gratitude to the grandmothers for bringing in that message, both of those messages, and reminding us of our true nature and who we really are, despite everything that may be happening around us right now and into the future. This message is not just timestamped for, what day is it? January 28th. This is a bigger message, and this is an energy that we will be moving through these next few years. So please anchor into love and anchor into your heart and the joy of being alive. Just tiny, tiny little bits of joy despite what's happening. If you want to connect more with the grandmothers, go to netoflight.org. Sharon Mackerlane has beautiful, beautiful books that are so supportive and helpful. It's truly, truly great. Such gratitude to Sharon and the grandmothers. And if you found this video helpful for you right now, what you're moving through, please like that. Please like the video. It helps to, again, break out of YouTube algorithm, and it lets me to connect with more people who may need this message. Or please share with others who you know are really going through it and really struggling at this time. So thank you all so very much for being here, for saying yes to being alive at this moment in time, and being open to hearing these messages and to like creating a new world and not playing by the rules of the old. We're making some new ones together. So I honor you. I am so grateful to you. Thank you. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.